Here we go with Mega Man, a series I've seen around for years, but never really dabbled in the original series. I'm much more versed in the spin-off series, like Mega Man Battle and Star Force, Mega Man Zero. But hey, that's what reviews are for. They're to see if I'll enjoy something out of my comfort zone, and if they're worth a try for you guys. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Let's get into it. First off, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to be playing the original Mega Man of the Mega Man Legacy Collection for this review, and probably the other ones that I do in the future, and maybe I'll even try the Game Boy Color games, but not now, especially with that price tag. Yeesh! I should also note that this is the PS4 version, not the Switch version, not that there's much of a difference, but you can't buy Legacy Collection 1 on the Switch. Well, you can buy 2, but for Mega Man X, you can buy 1 and 2. Why not both? What the shit, Nintendo? But I digress. I don't know, guys. I feel like something's missing, and I can't quite put my tongue on it. What is it? What could it be? Wait, no, I know what it is. Bam! There we go. Now it's Mega Man for real. And I gotta say, the box art for Mega Man can get quite crazy looking. It's like whoever made them didn't seem to know how to promote them to the audience. I mean, look. While the Japanese is basic, look at the European. It looks like a bad 80s movie color. But enough talk on the box art. Let's move on. In the 1980s, Capcom wanted to move in on the home console gaming industry, and what a perfect time to move. Super Mario Bros. Was a success in the West, and it was one of the main reasons why the gaming industry is the way it is. Capcom tasked 6 people to make a new product that catered to the gaming market audience in Japan. Among those, Akira Kitamura, whose picture doesn't exist, and Kenji Inafune worked together to make Mega Man. Before someone asks, yes, I did Google search on Akira Tomorrow, and yes, there's a picture on the wiki page, but that's not him. That's Satoshi Iriga, a manga artist who worked on the Mega Man manga, one of which I own. But I'm puzzled. How does one who co-creates Mega Man not have a single picture of him? Not at all. Anyway, with the help of names I hope I don't discombobulate, Nobuaki Matsushima, Yoshiaki Kishimoto, Awa Tomito, and the composer of the soundtrack, Manami Masume. Mega or Rockman was born. It was changed over in the West because someone in Japan thought Rockman was stupid. If only they knew that Mega Man was going to be a thing in the future. If only they knew. But for years, Mega Man was the face of Capcom, until one day, poof. Nowhere. No games, no nothing, no spin-off series, no cameos. Well, there's that one time.
This is my destiny. I don't understand!
But we don't count that one. Well, we definitely don't count that one. As time passed, we thought Mega Man was done for. We thought he was dead until...
Super fighting robot!
Oh, wait! Oh, he got one! He got one!
Super fighting robot! Mega Man!
And that was everyone's reaction to Mega Man coming to Smash. And about 4 years later, we got another main title Mega Man, Mega Man 11. So I'm glad to know his franchise is alive and well nonetheless. And I'm excited to play through his series for the first time ever. I know it's surprising to most people. But what is the story of Mega Man, the fighting robot? Well, if you're looking for the game to tell you, you're flat out of luck. It's either the manual, which, God help me if I'm going to read that convoluted mess, or the better option, the internet. So here we go, it's the year 200. We have 2 scientists, Dr. Thomas Light and Dr. Albert Wiley, both experts in the studies in robotics in college. Dr. Light revolutionized the age of robots with free will and the ability to help people with their advanced system. 2 being his helper robot, Rock and Roll, intentional music name, that we'll be seeing in the future in other games. Anyway, with these advances, it didn't take long for Light to get recognized and Light to get jealous. So pity jealous, he took 6 of Light's robots and decided to take over the world now. What a pansy! If he wanted to be better than Light, why didn't he just make his own robots and prove that he's better? No, he wants to be better by taking Light's and proving how less of a genius he is. Guess we'll never know why. Rock, having free will and a sense of justice in him, wanted to help, so he offered to convert himself into a fighting robot to save Light's robots and defeat Dr. Wily. What does Roll do? Well, nothing unless you're playing Mega Man Powered Up, which is a video for another day. But with all said and done, Rock became Mega Man, Super Fighting Robots. Alright, gameplay time! Mega Man, like most classic platformers of any generation, is simple. He jumps, he shoots, and I just want to point out something real quick. In the manual, it says you can crouch, which is bullshit. But beating Mega Man comes down to your own platforming and learning ability to beat the 6 Robot Masters levels in Wily at the end. As soon as you boot the game, you are greeted with the option to tackle any Robot Master in any order, which gives the player the freedom to play the game any way that they want, which is something I can appreciate, meaning while I have my way of playing and beating Mega Man, you have yours, which gives Mega Man 1 a ton of replayability, which was revolutionary at the time. Now we go into Robot Masters. Honestly, I just want to talk about this because the title Robot Master makes no sense, because they don't control robots, they control their abilities, they control elements. So it would make more sense for them to be called Ability Masters, or heck, Element Masters. That makes more sense. Anyway, each stage has their own platforming challenges that Mega Man has to deal with in order to progress. So I'm just going to cut the fluff and say Mega Man 1 is hard. It's really hard. This game will test your patience. It's not a game that you can bum rush. That will lead to your death, whether it be by pits, spikes, enemies, or boss. You're going to need to adapt and learn as you play, which is different from playing Mario or Sonic, games where you can mostly just run and jump your way to victory. And I may sound calm, maybe just a little bit calm, but I have my fair share of losing my mind in this game. Enemies that do a crap ton of damage? Check. Enemies that bum rush you? Check. Bosses randomly decide to not move after kicking my ass multiple times? Yeah, seriously, fuck you Gutsman for doing that. Checkerino! And a lot of other things. But on the brighter side of things, Mega Man's graphics don't bother me at all. It's charming. I can always see him because of his nice bright blue color. And he never gets lost on his levels. And the soundtrack. The soundtrack. If there's one thing I fell with in love instantly, is the soundtrack. While I don't enjoy every track, which is common, I enjoy more than half of it. Half of it's my favorite. Cutman, Fireman, Gutsman, and Wily Fortress 2 are my favorites. And the sweet victory music that plays when you beat a boss makes you feel really good when you finally beat a level. So, unlike the original Mega Man Legacy Collections adds new features. Main one being a save feature. Also, be able to load up and save is so convenient, especially since Mega Man honestly feels like a pick up and go game. Second feature, and you might have seen me do it through the gameplay, is Rewind. What does it do? Well,
Chaos Control!
it's a life-saving system, let's just put it at that. While expert gamers might find it cheap to use, I say, you know what? Fuck you. This game is hard, and if it's gonna screw me, I'm gonna screw it. Accidentally jumped in the pit? No, you didn't. Just died to a boss? Nah, never happened. Don't feel like abusing old gaming tricks like respawning enemies? Good, because you can keep respawning them to make them face death again. You wish for death 10 times over now. On paper, Mega Man's kit may be simple, and while I made it a point to talk about the character's kit, while they may be unique or maybe not unique, Mega Man, once he beats a Robot Master, becomes way more diverse and hecka unique. Beat Cutman, you get a boomerang-like attack which you can destroy the robots, and Electman saves which you can't destroy with your regular Mega Buster. Beat Electman, you get a 3-way projectile that is amazing at enemy clearing. Beat Gutsman, and you can lift a boulder. I don't know why that takes energy, but it does. Iceman, you get a weapon that can freeze fire and enemies. Beat Fireman, and you get a weapon that provides an AoE fire aura and shoots a projectile. And beat Bombman, and you can just throw a bomb. Yeah, I know, you just throw the bomb. These special weapons can also be used to beat other Robot Masters when you find their weaknesses. Like Iceman says no chance to the Elect Me. Damn, toasted. Eat rock, Cutman. Chill out, Heatman. I'll cut you down, Electman. And I don't seem to have one for Bombman, so just go down. Quick note, even if you have the weaknesses, the 2 Robot Masters that will give you trouble is Heatman because his power is just crazy and Ice Beam just doesn't do you a lot of damage, and Electman because his Elect Beam does a lot of damage. And that's only part of the difficulty. The other part's getting into Roller Master and dealing with the stage gimmicks. Thankfully, having the same rewind feature means game over shouldn't happen, and checkpoints as you progress to the stage, but sometimes not even Chaos Control can save you. Sometimes you just gotta take the L. As you play, you notice little balls that do nothing but add to your score, but other things that are useful, like health capsules that come in big and small, and web energy that also come in big and small, that restores their own respective style. Oh, and one teeny tiny thing I forgot to mention. Fuck you, Disappearing Blocks. Fuck you, Gutsman. Seriously, if it wasn't for the Magnet Beam you get an Electron stage after you get Gutsman's power, it would drive me crazy to do the Disappearing Block levels. Oh, and Gutsman level? Fuck that. With the levers that you gotta time your jumps when you die, nice game design, dickheads. Thank God for Chaos Control. But sadly, these don't even compare to when you finally get to Dr. Wily, because after you beat the 6 Roller Masters, you get to take Wily on, which is known as his Wily Fortress. The Wily Fortress, also known as the gauntlet of everything you have to deal with up until now, which is so fun to deal with. And let me introduce you to something else. He's my best friend. He's called the Yellow Fucking Devil. And let me also do something new. It's called the Posture. It's called Put on the Elect Beam, Shoot the Elect Beam, and upon contact of said enemy, pause, unpause, unpause, and rinse, repeat. It will constantly do damage and is active for as long as the beam's on. So bye-bye, Yellow Devil. Eat shit. I have my reasons for doing it. While I did end using the pause trick a couple of times to beat a couple of the bosses through the mini gauntlet, I had to do it to keep the flow going, and I also didn't want to die, and I didn't want to die against the Yellow Devil either. It takes time trying to learn his pattern. It feels erratic half the time, and I just couldn't bother. But I would like to imagine how your copy or Dr. Wily would react to getting hit with the pause trick.
Alright, Megaman, time to meet your Wait, what are you doing? Wait, what the Yellow Devil is that? Wait, that's not fair! Wait, that's not fair!
Fuck you!
So after defeating Wily, he begs for forgiveness and then nothing. No jail time, no text, just credit. So I'm just assuming Megaman said, cut the shit, and he left. So what is my opinion on Mega Man 1? Well, it's not a beginner-friendly game, but it's fun to get good in. It has an amazing soundtrack. I'm really puzzled here to say something about this game, because I feel like I should recommend it to people, but at the same time, I should say play at your own accord. I think it's a game that's serious worth investing in, and if you're uncertain, buy the Legacy Collection 1. It just has Mega Man 1 through 6. It costs $15, which I think is completely reasonable price. Now Nintendo, can you please put the Collection 1 on Switch so I can play the OG Mega Man on the go without having to buy a cartridge? Anyway, with Mega Man 1 down under my belt, time to hit Mega Man 2. Catch you guys later. I'm the one called TNT. Have a good day.